Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Storm fans. We're live back again for game two of our weekend series as the Hünstetten Storm are hosting the Hamburg Steelers. It is a 12 o'clock first pitch, and we're about to actually have first pitch right at 12 o'clock. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike from our starting pitcher, Jake Liberta. Liberta is our starting pitcher this afternoon. His catcher is Orlando Del Moro, number 48. I'll get the defensive positioning and batting order. Next pitch is low for a ball. For the Hamburg Steelers, leading off here right now, number 4, the shortstop, Damon Richards. He'll be followed by number 2, Kyle Ashby in left field. Batting third is number 26, center fielder, Mike Imke. The 1-1 pitch chopped to second, throw over for out number 1. Brings up Kyle Ashby, the left fielder, number 2. Rest of the lineup. Batting fourth, number 11, the catcher, Isaias Lucina. He'll be followed by number 14, the third baseman, Brennan Murphy. You'll have number 96, Michael James Flaherty at second base, followed by the starting pitcher from yesterday, still having the designated hitter duties today, number 51, Sean Thomas Feketa. Pitch 1 to Kyle Ashby is a little high as a ball. Batting eighth, number 16, Marvin Killick at first base, and batting ninth, number 15, Robert Drug in right field. The starting pitcher for the Steelers this afternoon is number 44, Ivan Anduza. The next pitch from Liberta gets the zone, so we have a 1-1 count on the left fielder Ashby. Defensively for the Storm this afternoon, Phil Meyer at first base, Petey Kiefer at shortstop, already said, Sammy Gurame at second. Third base today will be Josh Harrison. Center fielder Ian Hardman. Next pitch is a ball, so it's 2-1 count. Rogelio Maldonado is in left, and Oliver Yoakum is in right. As Jake Liberta has come set, the 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 2. We have a 12 o'clock start this afternoon, as it is a bit earlier than normal. Hamburg has to drive back up north, as it were. Weather today, not the best baseball weather. As you can see, still cloudy. Chance of rain in the forecast. We hope to actually get the game in. Pitch swung on, hit straight to the shortstop, who fires over for out number 2. Brings up to bat number 26, Mike Imke. And the first pitch to Imke, just a bit high and inside for ball 1. As Liberta has come set, the 0-1 right down the middle for called strike. 1-1 count now on the center fielder. I welcome those of you who are tuning in live on YouTube. 1-1 breaks a little too far to the outside, so it's ball 2. Anyone would like to join us in the chat, you can always send us a message, question. We'll try to get to you as we can. 2-1, swung on and hit. And a leaping Sammy Gurame snags it out of the air for out number 3. An efficient 1-2-3 inning for Jake Liberta sends us to the bottom of the first inning. As we go into the bottom of the first inning, Ivan Anduza is on the mound taking his warm-up tosses. Defensively for the Steelers, you have Anduza on the mound. Behind the plate today will be Isaiah Lucina at first, Marvin Killick. Second base, Michael James Flaherty. Third base, Brendan Murphy. Shortstop, Damon Richards. Left field, Kyle Ashby. Center field, Mike Imka. And in right field is Robert Drug. Starting lineup, batting order for the Hünstetten Storm this afternoon. Batting leadoff, as usual, our shortstop, number 18, Petey Kiefer. Batting second and playing first base, number 31, Phil Meyer. Batting third, our third baseman, number 4, Josh Harrison. Cleanup today, our center fielder, number 11, Ian Hardman. He'll be followed by our catcher, Orlando Del Moro, number 48. Designated hitter, number 99, Jose Pimentel. Left fielder, Rogelio Maldonado, number 53, will be batting 8th. Batting 9th, our second baseman, Sammy Guerame, number 8. And, batting 8th, Sammy Guerame, and batting 9th, right fielder, Oliver Yoakum, number 26. So, as I was saying, weather today is not entirely baseball weather. Chance of rain, hopefully we can avoid that. As I'm looking at the radar, we should be clear, at least for the first few innings, hopefully for the entire game. So apologies for a dark camera. Can't help it if we can't turn on the light. So, coming up to bat now, our shortstop, Petey Kiefer. So, our left-handed shortstop is in the batter's box, waiting for the first pitch. Catches his own, called strike. Next pitch catches the outside zone for a called strike 2. Quickly, Kiefer is in the hole now with an 0-2 count to lead us off. Kiefer fouls a ball that was low and out of the zone down the third base line, keeps the at-bat alive. Ball has been retrieved. Home plate umpire is saying now Anduza can throw the next pitch. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed for a swinging strikeout to start us off. Brings up first baseman Phil Meyer. So a right-handed multi-tool that we call Phil Meyer steps into the right-handed batter's box, awaiting the first pitch from Anduza. Right down the middle for a called strike 1. Ooh. Next pitch catches the edge of the outside zone for a called strike 2. From my vantage point, it looks like the strike zone goes from line to line. That pitch can't be called a strike. It's up by the eyes. So ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strike count now on Meyer with Josh Harrison on deck. And that is a strikeout looking. Phil Meyer turns around, not happy with the zone. And I wouldn't be either. It looks like the outside of the zone is actually the lines of the batter's box at this point. So with 2 quick strikeouts, brings up our third baseman, number 4, Josh Harrison. First pitch, Harrison in the dirt, not called a strike. That is a ball. Harrison gets on deck. Ian Hardman's on second pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Harrison gets on base. Ian Hardman is on deck. The 0-2 to Harrison. Swung on, chopped right over the pitcher. Oh! The shortstop's able to actually get a glove on it as the ball bounced directly to him. Throws over for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for both squads in the first inning. Takes us to the top of the 5th, still scoreless. As we go into the top of the second inning, still scoreless here in Hünstetten. Jake Liberta getting his warm-up tosses. Steelers will have is Lucina, Brennan Murphy, and Michael James Flaherty. The 1-2-3 for this inning. Ball's being thrown around the infield as Liberta has his warm-up tosses. Ball's being retrieved. And coming up to bat now for the Steelers to start our second inning is number 11, the catcher, Isaias Lucina. And the pitch swung on. Looks like it wasn't a foul tip, just swung on and missed. Ball gets away from the catcher, but it's okay. So it is a swinging strike 1 to start us off here in the second inning. As Liberta has come set, the 0-1 doesn't catch top of the zone. 1-1 count. Liberta has his sign and the 1-1 pitch outside, ball 2. Not too many people here, but there are fans slowly coming in. It is an early Sunday start here at Dickman Field. Oh, the 2-1 pitch doesn't catch the zone. So it's now 3 balls, 1 strike, leading us off here in the top of the second inning. And actually called a strike that is now a full count on Lucina. Whoa. The ball hit directly back to the pitcher as Jake Liberta slaps a glove at it. Almost makes a circus catch behind his back. The comebacker is slapped in between the no man's land, between the pitching mound in first. The only one there to get it is Jake Liberta, who's able to fall and throw the ball to first. But by the time he got it there, Lucina was already on the bag, called safe. Next up, the third base number 14, Brennan Murphy, bats with a runner at first as Liberta is now on the mound. Took a little breathing time after he fell down. Pitch is in there for a called strike. And a throw over as the runner at first was a couple of steps off the bag, but quickly got back in before the ball was tossed. On deck is Michael James Flaherty. High and out of the zone for ball. Another throw over. Keeping an eye on Lucina, who isn't one to stay planted for too long. So we'll see if he runs here on the next pitch. No, he dances off at first. Pitch is just outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike count now on Brendan Murphy. Lucina with a 1-step lead. Ball is hit directly up the middle for a single. Infield umpire was standing there as the ball went basically to him, kind of blocked the view of the second baseman, but end result is a single. Now with 2 on and no out brings up number 96, the second baseman, Michael James Flaherty. Pitch to Flaherty in there for a called strike. Liberta looked back at second as Lucina was dancing a little bit off. Next pitch swung on and hit and caught in center field by Ian Hardman. Runners were able to advance quickly back to their bases. Fly out for out number 1. That'll bring up the designated hitter, number 51, Sean Thomas Feketa. Feketa was the starting pitcher yesterday, had DH duties then as well. Now he's batting with 2 on and 1 out. First pitch is low for a ball. Liberta calls time, steps off the mound. Quick look back at second, and the 1-0 doesn't catch a zone. Quickly 2 balls, no strikes here. Two O's outside, ball 3. Not sure if the weather is having effect on Liberta's arm. Looks like I wouldn't say it's the wetness of it. I think it might just be it is a little cooler today. It's currently 14 degrees Celsius. Feels like 13 according to the forecast. The 3-0 skipped up in there, walks him on 4 pitches. Means bases loaded, brings up number 16, the first baseman, Marvin Killick. Killich comes up to bat with bases loaded and 1 out. That does give a force at any base for Storm. Liberta's come set. And his pitch, little high for a ball. Runners not taking any kind of lead on this. The 1-0 catch is bottom of the zone for a called strike. At the moment, wind is not a factor, though I do see past the field, wind is blowing a little bit. Oh, not sure where that one missed, but that was not called a strike. We now have a 2-1 count on Kilich. That pitch is good. 2-2 is the count with one away. As Liberta has come set, the 2-2 pitch. Low, ball 3. Full count now on the first baseman from the Steelers. As Liberta has stepped off the rubber to compose himself, I do want to welcome all of you who are tuning in right now, live on YouTube. 3-2 pitch, swung on, tapped, right back to Liberta. Concedes the run, throws over to first for the out. So runner at third comes in on a swinging sack. Fielder's choice brings the runner home, out at first. Runner's now at second and third. Brings up the bat number 15, the right fielder, Robert Drug. The right-handed Druga is in the box now, set to face lefty Liberta. First pitch catches that zone. Nice pitch by Liberta for strike one. A 1 pitch. Another nice pitch. Quickly, it is 0-2 count on the right fielder, Druga. The 0-2. Swung on and tapped. Another one straight to Liberta. Bare hands and tosses. Gets the out at first. So works out of a bases loaded jam. Only one run coming across in that inning. Liberta having to do a lot of defense. Pitchers who can do defense are a gem. Going into the bottom of the second, Steelers 1, Storm nothing. As we go into the bottom of the second, Storm down just one run. That was a run that came across on a fielder's choice as Jake Liberta was able to get the out at first on a bases loaded jam, escaping the top of the second with only that one run coming across. Steelers pitcher Ivan Anduza will be facing our 4-5-6 Ian Hartman, Orlando Del Muro, and Jose Pimentel. As Anduza is taking his warm-up tosses. Ball is now being thrown around the infield. That will bring up Ian Hartman, our right-handed center fielder. And the pitch to Hartman. Ooh. Catches zone for a called strike. The 0-1's high for a ball. 1-1 count. One is outside for ball, so now it is 2-1 on Hartman. On deck is our catcher, Orlando Del Muro. The 2-1. Low for ball 3. Now the 3-1. Oh, that looked lower than the previous pitch, but it's called a strike, as Ian Hartman even thought it was low, tossed his bat, and then the on-plate umpire said, nope, I'm going to call that a strike. Full count now on Hartman. Now the full count. Hartman swings and golfs a shot where it bounces to the second baseman for out number 1. So what looked to have been ball 4 was called a strike, led to a golf shot bouncer to the second baseman, throws over for out number 1, brings up our catcher, number 48, Orlando Del Muro. Now the first pitch of Del Muro shows bunt, almost gets his knee taken out by a fastball, able to get the bat back and jump out of the way of that pitch. Ball 1. On deck is Pimentel. 1 ball, 1 strike count now on the swing and miss. Chopper down the third base line, but it is foul. It went foul just before the bag. 1 ball, 2 strike count now on our catcher. Now the pitch from Anduza. Doesn't catch the zone. Ball. 2 balls, 2 strike count now. Catcher set up low and inside. And foul ball out into the wheat field. Keeps the at-bat alive. Another foul ball, this time hit down the third baseline, out of play. Ball 3 as the ball is high and outside. Del Muro not swinging on a pitch that's not over the plate, which is generally a good idea. Now the 3-2 swung on and popped skied high, and into the wheat field, just past press box here. Still a full count. On deck is our designated hitter, Jose Pimentel. Now Anduza is ready, and his 3-2 pitch. Another ball skied high, back behind home plate, and into the wheat field on a bounce. As a gentleman who just got a drink from the concession stand had to stop and let it bounce in front of him. And I do see a little one running out into the field to try and recover that ball. Still 3-2. Next pitch chopped through the 6-hole, goes right between the legs of the third baseman and into left field. As Del Muro thought about going to second, put on the brakes, skid on the wet dirt, and is able to make it back in. It's a one-out single. Brings up to bat our designated hitter, number 99, Jose Pimentel. So Del Muro won that at bat after a very long at bat. I think I counted 5 foul balls. First pitch, Pimentel swinging, doesn't catch up to it. Strike one. Pimentel having designated hitter duties today. Yesterday came in relief. 0-1 catches low in the zone for a called strike two. Del Muro not taking much of a lead off of first. Now the 0-2 pitch fouled, thankfully hit the fence, as there is a family in the line of fire, basically, right down the first base line. With that foul ball, Pimentel stays alive in the at-bat. The 0-2 swung on, hit back to the net. Still 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch, low, ball one. The Steelers dugout not happy with that call. But Pimentel is not able to catch up to the next pitch. It's a swinging strikeout for out number 2. Now with 2 outs and a runner at first, that bring up our left fielder, Rogelio Maldonado. First pitch, Maldonado swing and fouled back into the wheat field. I feel like I've said that a lot already in just this bottom of the inning. And, I see 2 big kids. 2 adults are going out there now trying to find the balls. 3, as I see an older gentleman making his way out there. Next pitch outside in the left-handed batter's box for ball 1. On deck is our second baseman, number 8, Sammy Guillerme. The 1-1 to Maldonado. Del Muro is running. It's a hit-and-run play, but it's fouled out of play into the wheat field. This time not to where the people are searching for the ball. Del Muro walks back as Anduza gets a fresh ball. Now the 1-2. Swung on and chopped to the second baseman, who flips to short for the force at second base for out number 3. Storm's able to get a base runner, but unfortunately it is erased with the chopper to second. Going into the top of the third, Storm down 1-0. As we go into the top of the third inning, Storm down 1-0. Jake Liberta getting his warm-up tosses in. Steelers go back to the start of the lineup. It's number 4, Darian Richards, Kyle Ashby, and Mike Imka. The 1, 2, 3 for Steelers here in the top of the third inning. From my vantage point, it looks like there's absolutely no wind right now. But there doesn't seem to be any break in the clouds. It still looks very gray. Thankfully, it's not rain, though that is in the forecast. We're keeping an eye on it here. Because if we have too much rain, might have to actually put a halt to the game. And not sure if the umpires would put a stop to the action and just replay the game at a later date. We had that quite often last year at the beginning of the season here in Dickman Field, as we had everything from thunderstorms to actually having snow and ice storms in April. There's no such thing as bad weather here in Germany, as most of you know, just bad clothing choices. Unfortunately, the team can only make the choice of the uniform they wear. The Bird has finished warming up. Coming up to bat now for the Steelers is number 4, the shortstop, Darian Richards. The Birds' first pitch of the third inning doesn't catch the bottom of the zone. Ball. The 1-0 swung on and tapped foul down third base line. I do see quite a few of the people who are here, as more fans have shown up, which is great to see. Many of them have coffee or hot chocolate, not quite sure. 1-1 tapped right back. Liberta gets glove on it and just runs it to have a quick toss for out number 1. Good reflexes by our left-handed pitcher. With 1 out, brings up number 2, the left fielder, Cal Ashby. Ashby's in the right-handed batter's box. Liberta has come set. Pitch swung on and chopped. Fielded by third base and fires over for out number 2. Josh Harrison able to get leather on that ball. Transferred from the glove. Throw over for the out number 2. Nice routine play. Looked great from up here. Brings up the bat the left-handed hitting center fielder, number 26, Mike Imka of the Steelers. Batting now with 2 out. First pitch, Imka skipped up to the catcher for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Just high for ball 2. Berta has come set the 2-0 pitch to Imka. Catches bottom of the zone for called strike 1. Two 2-1 pitch. Just outside. Ball 3. Del Muro was set up outside. trying to get Imka to swing at it, but Imka did not take the bat off his shoulder. Now the 3-1 pitch from Liberta. Catches the outside for a called strike 2. Once again, the Steelers dugout could hear some barking on that. Now with a full count and 2 out. Next pitch, high and, well, just a bit high and inside. Didn't look like it missed by much, but it is a walk. Brings up to bat number 11, the catcher, Isaias Lucina. Lucina batting with 2 outs and a runner at first. Berta has a sign that he wants. Swung on a miss, strike 1. Oh, foul tip. It is a foul tip, strike 1. Imka just taking a standard lead off of first. Throw over. Easily back in time. A little bit less of a lead this time off of first. And he's going. It is a stolen base as Delmro not able to transfer the ball to his hand. Pitch is ruled a ball. So now with 2 out and a runner at second. Swinging strike 2. Now the 1-2 pitch swung on and hit into shallow right field for a base hit. Runners coming around and will score from second as he was running on the hit. Steelers increase the lead 2-0. Brings up the bat number 14, Brennan Murphy. So it is an RBI single for Lucino. Up to bat now, the right-handed third baseman, Brennan Murphy. Pitch to Murphy, in there for a called strike. Next pitch doesn't catch the zone. It is ball 1. Did appear to be in the same place as the previous pitch. Lucina not taking more than a step lead off of first. 1-1. To the backstop. Looks like it slipped out of the hand of Jake Liberta, so that ball was just a bit high and outside going to the backstop. On the wild pitch, the runner's able to move to second. Two balls, 1 strike count now. Swung on and foul, just foul down the third base line. 2-2 count. So 2-2 count now on Brennan Murphy with a runner at second and 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Swung on and missed. Swinging strike 3 ends the inning, but another stealer has come across on a stolen base. Stolen base, moving the runner over to second. He comes around on the RBI single, but the wild pitch does not actually come around to score, thankfully. Going into the bottom of the third, Steelers up by 2. Going into the bottom of the third, Steelers leading 2-0. Ball's being thrown around. Warm-up toss is being thrown by Anduza. I welcome all of you who are tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who are joining us live on YouTube. I hate to say it, but please like and subscribe, as YouTube wants us to do that. Regardless, I'm just happy you're here watching baseball with us. Do have quite a few here braving the weather. Right now it is a cloudy 14 degrees, feels like 13 Celsius, and there is a slight chance of rain. Hopefully that'll avoid us. Anduza still not finished throwing his warm-up tosses. But it will be Sammy Guerame, Oliver Yoakum, and Petey Kiefer here in the bottom of the third inning from Storm. Now ball's being thrown around the infield. Rizzo running out to his position as first base coach. Lyle Chatham there at third base. Coming up to bat now, our second baseman, number 8, Sammy Guerame. First pitch, Guerame. Bounces right off a home plate. And over to the Storm dugout for ball 1. The 1-0. Low and inside, ball 2. Guerame steps out, looks at the signs being given by his skipper there at third base. The 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Seems both lefties are flying open just a bit here off the mound. 3-0. Yep, that's in there for a called strike. Good pitch to take, though. As a 3-2 count. In a pitch. Swung on and missed for a swinging strike 3 on a ball outside zone. Brings up to bat our right fielder, number 26, Oliver Yoakum. Right-hander Yoakum up to bat. On deck's Petey Kiefer. First pitch low into zone for a ball. 0-1 does catch the bottom corner of the zone, it looked like, for a called strike one. Catcher still setting up low. 1-1. Catches zone, strike two. One ball, two strike count now to our right fielder. Swung on and hit. Just foul. Just foul. Does not curve back in over the line for a long, loud foul ball. Keeps the at-bat alive, though. Would have rather have had that ball go more into the field. Yoakum probably would have had a single at the very least, but there's really no what-ifs in baseball. Swung on and hit. Same place, except this time foul and out of play. The at-bat is still alive, though, with a one ball, two strike count. Swung on, fouled back behind home plate into the wheat field. Very excited. Little one is running as fast as she can to go retrieve that ball with her little sister in tow. The 1-2 to Yoakum. Oh, swung on and missed for a swinging strike three. 2 up, 2 down brings up Petey Kiefer. Our left-handed hitting shortstop stepping into the left-handed batter's box with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Pitch to Kiefer, low and outside for a ball. I hear some celebrating as the little ones have recovered the foul ball. Ball low and outside, ball 2. The 2-1 pitch to Kiefer. Catches zone, called strike 1. Ball swung on and hit, but unfortunately right to his counterpart for out number 3. So unfortunate, 3 up, 3 down for Storm. Takes us into the top of the 4th. Still trailing 2-0. Coming into the top of the 4th inning, Storm down 2-0. Liberta getting his warm-up tosses. It will be Flaherty, Feketa, and Killick for the Steelers. Seems to be brightening of the sky over to our northwest. Let's see if that actually is beneficial to us. So coming into the top of the fourth, as Liberta is warm, stepping into the right-handed batter's box is number 96, the second baseman, Michael James Flaherty. Liberta's first pitch, Flaherty in there for a called strike, top of the zone. The 0-1 swung on and fouled. Back behind us here into the wheat field for a foul. Strike two. Quickly in the hole is Flaherty. Liberta comes set. His 0-2 pitch. Oh, doesn't catch the zone. Ball one. One-two pitch. Chopped up the middle, vacuumed by Sammy Guillerme, throws over, but just after the runner is able to come across safe. Not sure if the umpire just saying that the runner got there first or if the foot of Phil Meyer was off the bag. Regardless, it is an infield single, brings up the bat now, number 51, the designated hitter, Fekete. Flaherty taking a nice lead off of first. Throw over, gets him back over. But Flaherty's back where he was. He's dancing. Pitch to Fekete doesn't catch the zone. Ball one. Throw over. One 0 pitch outside for ball two. Next pitch golfed into the wheat fields for a strike. Well, 2-1 count now on Fekete as Flaherty dancing off of first. Not going. Next pitch low and in the dirt for ball three. Fekete not swinging on that pitch. Three one just inside high, doesn't catch zone. It is a walk. Now with 2 on, no out, brings up number 16, Marvin Kilish. Quick look back at second. Bunt is shown. Del Muro looked like he was wanting to throw, but Phil Meyer was creeping in as everyone knew that Marvin Killick was trying to lay down a bunt to move the runners over. Not showing bunt. Ball's in the dirt. Ball 2. Quick look back at second. 2-0 pitch. In there. Strike 1. After the initial bunt attempt, Killick hasn't shown bunt since. Now with 1 strike, I don't think he'll try again. Throw back to second. Murphy's able to get back in head first. Look back at second. Bunt being shown. It is a strike, so it is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Throw back to second, trying to get the runner, but he is safe. Still try to tag the runner as he popped back up. Still safe. Liberta wants to go through the signs once again. Now has what he wants. The 2-2 pitch to Killich. A chopper to second. Looks back. No play. Throws over to first to get the outfielder's choice for out number 1. No chance of getting the runner at second on a very slow chopper. Basically, think of it as a swinging sack bunt. Runners advance to base. Now with 1 out, runners in scoring position, brings up the right fielder, number 15, Robert Druga. Pitch to Druga in there for a called strike. Druga had the idea to swing at that. Check swing, but the ball was in zone for a called strike. Swinging next pitch. Oh! Some not heads up play. Or it was a heads up play. Sorry, excuse me for that. Second baseman Sammy Guillerme had the idea to throw home. Runner came barreling in. Demuro not able to get his glove on the ball. Able to keep it in front of him as he is hit by the runner. Ball doesn't get away from him, but he's not able to grab the ball before the runner swims, tags first. Killick on the confusion takes second. Still 1 out. Runners at second and third. Another runner has come across. It is now 3-0. The first pitch to Richards. Low out of the zone for ball 1. Low outside, ball 2. I would say Guillerme did have the right idea, throwing the ball, trying to get the tag play at the plate. I think the base runner barreling in didn't help things, but regardless, next pitch, ball 3, low in the zone. Jake Liberta not happy with himself on his placements. The 3-0 from Liberta. Not called. It is a 4-pitch walk. After that 4-pitch walk brings up Kyle Ashby. Kyle Ashby batting now with bases loaded. It will bring Lyle Chatham out to talk to his pitcher. So far in the afternoon, Liberta has 76 pitches. 76 pitches, 1 strikeout, 4 walks. And the 3 runs are earned at this point. Mound visit over. Storm infield going back to their positions. Looks like home plate umpire has said that is the only mound visit that he's able to have this inning. That means that if there is another one, there will be a pitching change. First pitch, Ashby in there for a called strike. With bases loaded, that is a force at every base. Liberta's 0-1 pitch. Doesn't catch the zone. Ball 1. As Liberta's come set. His 1-1 pitch. Ashby not swinging. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch catches zone. 2-2 is the count. Del Moro looks like he's setting up just inside. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped. Bouncer. Shortstop throws over for out number 2. Runner at third comes across. Fekete is able to come across on the ground ball. But out number 2 is recorded. They concede the run just to get the second out. Brings up the bat now number 26, Mike Imke. Imke batting with 2 out. Runners in scoring position. First pitch he sees outside. Doesn't catch zone. Ball 1. One-0 pitch. High. Ball 2. Lefty center fielder waits. Next pitch outside. Ball 3. Action in the Storm bullpen. Berta's 3-0. Catches zone. Strike 1. Three-one pitch. Doesn't catch zone. It is a walk. Reloads the bases. Coming up to bat now is number 11, Lucino. Steelers catcher getting into the right-handed batter's box. 2 out and bases loaded. Fisherman Liberta doesn't hit the top of the zone. Ball 1. Swung at the next pitch. Skied out of play. Strike 1. That foul ball went high down first base line, but just out of play. One count. Next pitch high, ball 2. Vertus comes set. His 2-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped to short. Throws the second for the force for out number 3. The Bird is able to get out of the inning, only giving up the 2 runs. So gets out of the bases loaded jam here at the end. Going into the bottom of the 4th inning, Steelers 4, Storm nothing. As Anduza is throwing the warm-up tosses going here into the bottom of the 4th inning, it will be Phil Meyer, Josh Harrison, Ian Hardman, the first 3 Storm batters here scheduled for the bottom of the 4th inning. Anduza has the ball, walking to the bump. Brings at the bat our first baseman for the afternoon, Hünstetten's Phil Meyer. First pitch to Meyer. Has to jump out of the way of that pitch. Ball 1. Went over to Meyer, swung on and hit, filed behind home plate and into the wheat field. With a little break in the action, I'll say welcome to those of you who are tuning in live on YouTube. Thank you for joining us here. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Strike 2. Ball was low in the zone. One-two pitch swung on weakly for out number 1. Catcher dropped the ball. Has to throw it down to complete the strikeout. Don't think Meyer wanted to swing at that one, and unfortunate. Brings up to bat Josh Harrison. Harrison wearing his typical number 4 today. Yesterday was in 66. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Harrison. Next pitch, has to dance out of the way of that pitch. Ball 2. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped to third. Snow coned by third baseman. Throws over just in time to get Harrison. Unlucky for Harrison. Quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Brings up our center fielder, Ian Hardman. Hardman now in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch. Swinging, strike 1. Had the idea to swing, but then wanted to stop. Gave him not a complete swing. Next pitch, low, outside, ball 1. Hardman gets on base. It'll bring up our catcher, Orlando Del Moro. 1-1 does catch the bottom of the zone for called strike 2. And Hardman expands his zone, swung on a pitch that was outside for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Unfortunate for Storm. Going into the top of the 5th, Storm down 4-0. Going into the top of the 5th inning, Storm down 4-0. We have some changes for the Storm. Jake Liberta done after 90 pitches this afternoon. 4 innings, 4 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 5 walks. He's being replaced by Phil Meyer on the bump. Replacing Phil Meyer at first base is number 22, Douglas Yoakum. Phil Meyer will be allowed to get his warm-up tosses as he comes in relief of Liberta. Liberta was having a little bit of difficulty trying to figure out where the strike zone was. But he was able to actually get out of a couple of bases loaded jams. So for the rest of the game, he'll be watching his teammate as Meyer is getting warmed up. It will be Brennan Murphy, Michael James Flaherty, and Sean Thomas Fekete, the 1, 2, 3 batters for this inning for the Steelers. Douglas Yoakum coming in, playing first base today in a defensive change. Oh, apologies, it is. Yep. Nope. For a second there, I thought we actually had a pinch hitter, but just looked like a different number as a Flaherty had walked behind home plate. Regardless, coming up to bat now in the top of the 5th inning for the Steelers will be Brennan Murphy, the third baseman. Phil Meyer now on the mound, has the ball. And home plate umpire is signaling play. First pitch from Meyer. And there's strike one. I don't see any other defensive changes for the Storm other than pitcher and first base. 0-1. Chopped to third. Vacuumed up by Harrison. Throws over for out number one. Meyer able to induce the ground ball for out number one. Brings up number 96, Michael James Flaherty, the second baseman for the Steelers. Flaherty is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Pitcher Meyer outside, ball one. Meyer delivers low outside, ball two. On deck is Feketa. Meyer's 2-0 pitch swung on and hit. Stopped by Harrison, throws over, but just out of, well, I wouldn't say just out of reach. It was a great throw over by Harrison. Does not get the speedy runner who's able to touch first right before the ball is there. So with one out, one on, brings up the designated hitter, number 51, Feketa. That was an impressive throw by Harrison. Able to slap the ball down, recover, and from foul line, throw over, but just not in time to get the runner. Throw over. Just got in underneath the tag. Clearly had to dust himself off. Now he's getting his feet planted. Pitch is swung on and hit. Ian Hardman reading it all the way. Caught for out number two. Fly ball out. One pitch to Feketa. Leads to out number two and Marvin Killick coming up to bat. Killich batting now with runner at first, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Runner going. Throw by the catcher in time, but because of the base runner, Ureme's not able to get the ball cleanly. But the ball doesn't go too far into center field as Ian Hardman's able to back it up and throw it back in. It is a stolen base with 2 outs. Pitch was a ball. Now with a runner at second, the 1-0 pitch from Meyer. Swung on, hit, foul, out of play behind the Steeler dugout. I see a dad taking his little son to go get that foul ball before the girls who have been vacuuming up every foul ball go and find it. Meyer's next pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Well, whoever gets the foul ball first is the winner. Let's see who actually comes up with it. Meyer with a look back. The 2-0 swung on and missed. Strike That is a strikeout, swinging to end the inning. Steelers strand a runner. Going into the bottom of the fifth, Storm down 4-0. Going into the top of the fifth inning, Storm down 4-0 here to the Hamburg Steelers. Anduza still on the mound. Feck at the pitch yesterday. Apologies. Number 44, Ivan Anduza, has his warm-up tosses. Storm send up Del Moro, Pimentel, and Maldonado for this inning. So coming up to bat now is our catcher, Orlando Del Moro. And the pitch of Del Moro skipped up in there for ball one. The 1-0 to Del Moro outside, ball two. Gives me a little chance to mention next action here at Dickman Field will be against the Bond Capitals as Storm have a doubleheader this Thursday. You heard that right, a Thursday doubleheader here at Dickman Field. First pitch, game one, is at 12 noon. The 2-0 pitch outside, ball three. It is Father's Day this Thursday here in Germany. It is Christi Himmelfahrt, Ascension Day. It's also Father's Day. Next pitch is fouled down third base line for strike one. And since it is a holiday here in Germany, we do have a chance to have afternoon baseball during the week. So if you're in the area, want to see a doubleheader, come out to Dickman Field. We'll be hosting the Bond Capitals. Del Moro's next pitch lined directly to the shortstop, who only takes one step to his right. Makes the catch for out number one. Unlucky. Brings up the bat now number 22, Douglas Yoakum. First pitch of Yoakum in there for a called strike. Next pitch outside for a ball. The 1-1 to Yoakum swung on and skied high and just behind the press box here into the wheat field. One-two count now with one out. Swung on and chopped. Fielded by the second baseman. Throws over in time for out number two. Unfortunate. Yoakum just half a step from being safe. With 2 outs, brings up Rogelio Maldonado. Maldonado coming up to bat now On deck is Sammy Guilherme. First pitch, Maldonado in there for a called strike. For a brief moment, it looked like the sun was trying to come out, but the clouds have come back. Next pitch swung on and missed. Strike two. Looks like there is some action in the Steelers bullpen. 0-2 pitch on the outside for ball one. Could not get Maldonado to swing on the pitch that was outside the zone. Catcher sets up there again, and Maldonado swings and misses at that pitch that was a little bit low and outside for out number three. 3 up, 3 down. Ends the fifth inning for Storm. Going into the top of the sixth, it will be Steelers 4, Storm nothing. Going into the top of the sixth inning, Storm down by 4. Phil Meyer has his warm-up tosses as the ball is being thrown around the infield. It will be Druga, Richards, and Ashby unless there's a pinch hitter for the Steelers. Druga now walking, slowly entering into that batter's box as Phil Meyer is waiting. Play has now been called by the home plate umpire. Meyer's pitch, looping curveball, does not catch zone. Ball one. Bunt is shown, but bunt is foul. Strike one. Taking a quick look at the weather here, as there is rain in the forecast, but we're trying to get this game completed without having any interruptions. The 1-1 swung on and hit. Fielded by Sammy Guilherme at second. Throws over for out number 1. A ground ball out brings up the top of the order for the Steelers. Darian Richards, the shortstop, is up to bat now. Richards is 0 for 2 with a walk so far in the afternoon. Quick look at the radar. There is some rain in the area, but it's holding off. First pitch from Meyer in there for called strike. Action still continues in the Steeler bullpen. Can't tell who that is. Meyer's 0-1 pitch. Bunt shown. Bunt is in the air. Almost caught by Del Muro. When he picked up where it was at, just out of his diving catch. Not an easy play for a catcher to do, to spring from his squat and try to make a diving catch. So that brings up an 0-2 count with 1 out. Myers set the 0-2. Low for ball 1. Could not get Richards to swing at that ball. Catcher set up on the inside. The 1-2 goes outside. Counts now 2-2. On deck is Ashby. Meyer with a long look in for the sign. Has what he wants. 2-2 pitch. Tapped directly back to him. Throws over for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up the left fielder Ashby. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Brings up the left fielder Ashby. Ashby sitting 0 for 3. Has an RBI sack on the afternoon. Myers pitch. Chopped down, third baseline, out of play. Ball still sitting there. Surprised umpire hasn't said, oh, now I see a storm running after the collect it. Meyer, long look in, has come set. The 0-1 pitch. Foul tipped between umpire's legs to the backstop. Thankfully, that ball stayed flat and skipped to the backstop and not bounced up, or we would have a break in the action. O2 pitch does not catch the zone. It is a ball on the outside. Ashby wasn't going to swing at it. Time called by Del Muro at the plate. So as Phil Meyer has stepped back on the rubber, and Ashby has stepped back into the batter's box. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for a swinging strike 3 to end the top of the 6th inning. 3 up, 3 down. Takes us into the bottom of the 6th. Storm down just 4-0. Going into the bottom of the 6th, there is a defensive change for the Steelers. Looks like number 8, Livia Bundi, is taking over right field for Druga. Anduza still on the mound. Anduza with 82 pitches on the afternoon. 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, 10 strikeouts, no walks, no hits given up by Anduza. He'll face Sammy Guilherme, Oliver Yoakum, and Petey Kiefer. First pitch of Guilherme in there for a called strike. Whatever action was in the Steelers bullpen, there's no one there now. The 0-1 pitch is hit into left field for a single. Oh, nope, he never stopped running. It is a stand-up double as the left fielder bobbled the ball as it came to him. First hit for Storm is a double by Sammy Guilherme. I'm sure some of you will probably say it is the jinx of the broadcaster to mention there was no hits. But that is the first hit for Storm. Brings up the bat. Number 26, Oliver Yoakum. Guilherme off of second. First pitch to Yoakum outside for a ball. Shortstop playing well away from second base, but the second baseman is in the vicinity as Guilherme has a normal lead. Bunt is shown, but the bat is pulled back before the ball gets there. Ball 2. Signs being given. Yoakum now understands what he has to do with 2 balls and a runner at second. Guilherme with his lead. Bunt shown again, but the ball crosses the strike zone for strike 1. Storm skipper Lionel Chatham is not happy with the fact that either it crossed the strike zone or wood wasn't touched on the ball. Regardless, it is a 2-ball, 1-strike count. And there's his pitch outside, ball 3. On deck is Petey Kiefer. The 3-1 to Yoakum in there, strike 2. Oliver Yoakum now with a full count, runner at second, starting us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3, unfortunate. For out number 1, brings up our shortstop, number 18, Petey Kiefer. Left-handed Petey Kiefer stepping into the batter's box with a teammate at second. On deck is Phil Meyer. First pitch skipped in the dirt, thrown away. Catcher throws it down the line, and that is the first run for Storm. It is a pass ball on third base as the throw from the catcher gets away from the third baseman, who does not field it cleanly at all, goes down all the way to left field. Sammy Guilherme is able to take home on what was a stolen base in a wild pitch. With 1 out in a 1-0 count, Petey Kiefer hitting with no one on base now. Next pitch swung on and hit, bobbled by third base, and just able to recover and throw over for the out at first. Kiefer's not able to outrun the throw from the third baseman. With 2 outs and 1 run across in this inning for the Storm, brings up Phil Meyer, who is our pitcher now. Alvarez sitting on 92 pitches on the afternoon. On deck is Josh Harrison. First pitch to Meyer is a Called strike. Harrison on deck. In the hole is Hardman. Oh, 1 swung and missed. Strike 2. Ball looked to be a little low in the zone. Can't tell if it would have been called a strike if Meyer wouldn't have swung at it. Catcher sets up outside. Next pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 ends the inning. But Storm has a runner. Storm able to get their first hit and their first runner across the afternoon. Going into the top of the 7th, Steelers 4, Storm 1. So as we go into the top of the 7th inning, Phil Meyer back on the mound getting his warm-up tosses. We were the first game of the afternoon here in the DBL. So as we are going into the 7th, most other teams are going into the top of the 1st if they're not already in the 1st. Right now in Bonn, it's all tied up. 1-1 in the top of the 3rd. Apologies as we had a member of the Steelers come up to the press box to actually ask the official score what the score was. There's a malfunction on the scoreboard, and they could not tell. It is 4-1 going into the top of the 7th. As I was saying, in Bonn, it is all knotted up 1-1 as the Capitals face the Cardinals. In Haar, it is 0-1 as Stuttgart leads in the top of the 2nd. Other action is just underway, and it is still scoreless. Actually, nope. They're not playing. Yeah, just started. Bottom of the 1st with 2 outs. It is 0-0 in Gauding. So, here in the top of the 7th, Phil Meyer deals a first pitch strike to Mike Imka. It'll be Imka Lucina Murphy here in the top of the 7th for the Steelers. Next pitch outside, ball 1. Myers 1-1 pitch. Swung on and hit. Oh! Got leather on it. Yoakum's able to get leather on it, but unfortunately it booted off his glove into shallow right field for a leadoff ground ball. Brings up the bat number 11, Lucina. So on that leadoff single, brings up Lucina with a runner at first. On deck is Brendan Murphy. Meyer with a throw over. Imka's able to dive back in head first. Sky does look to be getting brighter. Next pitch. Meyer takes a look at the dirt. Seems that he may have slipped just a bit. Ball 1. Throw over to first. Again, making sure that Imka doesn't start running. Imka taking just about a step lead off of first. Pitcher Meyer swung on and missed. Oh, no, foul. Popped sky high on the infield. Called by Harris at third base. Pop up for out number 1. It fooled me as I did not hear the ball getting hit. It was very softly hit. Sky high. It stayed on the infield. With 1 out and a teammate at first brings up Brendan Murphy. Even with the window partially open here in the press box, I did not hear that ball hit. That's how softly it was popped. Meyer's pitch swung on and drove back up the middle for a 1-out single. Now 2 on, 1 out brings up the second baseman, Flaherty. And rocket shot single. Too fast for Imka to actually go anywhere other than second base. Flaherty now with 2 on and 1 out. Pitcher Meyer doesn't catch his own. Ball 1. Flaherty is 2 for 3 on the afternoon with a stolen base. Meyer's next pitch outside, ball 2. Brief step off the rubber to adjust his laces. Now Meyer's back on the bump. Has his sign. Well, decided he didn't want that one. Now he has his sign. Throw pitch. He did go around, says first base umpire, so that is a swinging strike 1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and hit deep to left, and it is all the way to the fence. 1 runner's across. 2 runners across. It is a 2-run, 1-out double for Flaherty. Flaherty's 2-run double brings up the bat the designated hitter, Fekta. Fekta batting with a runner at second. And only 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Pitcher Meyer catches zone, strike 1. Looks like wind is picking up just a little bit now. Ball booted by Guillerme at second. Runner comes in to score. A grounder up the middle, and ball just deflects off the mitt of the second baseman out to center fielder. Ian Hardman brings in the runner from second. Now with runner at first, still only one out. Brings up Killick. Del Muro giving some signals to the infield. Error being charged to Guillerme on that last play. Just unfortunate. Now then, Killick is back in the batter's box. Meyer is looking in for his sign. In the pitch. Ooh, doesn't catch zone apparently. Ball one. Meyer not too happy with that. Took a little walk behind the mound. Quick look over at first. And the 1-0 pitch loops in there. Doesn't catch zone. Ball two. Killick is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Swings and hits this one. Playable. Caught for out number 2. Fly out records out number 2. Brings up the bat number 8. Lubio Bundi. Bundi was a defensive replacement in right field. Gets an opportunity to face Phil Meyer now. I do see action in the Storm bullpen. Meyer's pitch doesn't catch zone. Ball one. Meyer sitting at 39 pitches in his relief right now. 2 2/3 innings. Two balls, no strikes. Now to Bundi. Two 0 on the inside. Ball 3. On deck would be Darian Richards. If Bundy's able to get on base. Myers 3-0 in there, called strike. Good pitch. Myers comes set. His 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Nice pitch. Pitch was a little high and out of the zone, but it was a little deceptive. Got Bundy to swing. Now, from 3-0 to full count. Runner goes. Ball hit to second baseman Sammy Guillerme. Fields it, throws over for out number 3. Top of the 7th ends with 3 Steelers coming across the plate, extending their run. They got back the run they gave up to Storm in the bottom of the 6th inning. Steelers now lead 7-1 as we go into the 7th inning stretch. As Take Me Out to the Ball Game plays over the PA system here at Dickman Field. Going into the bottom of the seventh, Storm down by 6 as Anduza still on the mound for the Steelers. Action still continuing in Storm bullpen. Appears to be Sebastian Morales warming up. Anduza is going to face Josh Harrison, Ian Hardman, and Orlando Del Moro. Unless there is a pinch hitter. So it appears that we're going to have some changes here. Phil Meyer will be sent out to right field going into the top of the 8th inning as a defensive substitution, or a defensive change. So that means that Sebastian Morales will be coming in relief once we get to the 8th inning. But for now, we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. First batter of the 7th inning will be Josh Harrison. First pitch, Harrison low and outside, ball 1. So just confirming the information we got here. Phil Meyer's day is done. He will leave the mound, go into right field. Harrison's next pitch swung on and hit, skied high, and drops in front of the right fielder. Harrison down in for a sliding leadoff double. Sliding leadoff double as that ball does hit right at the warning track. Brings up to bat now Ian Hardman. Ian Hardman able to now bat with a runner at second. No outs here to start the bottom of the 7th. So as I was saying, Phil Meyer, he's done on the mound. He will be going out into right field. Oliver Yoakum being replaced by Phil Meyer. Sebastian Morales will be coming in to pitch the 8th. Signs being given to Ian Hardman. As Harrison takes his lead off a second. First pitch to Hardman's in there, called strike. And Anduza taking a long look back at second. Next pitch swung on. Unfortunately, Hardman's pitch doesn't split the difference between second base and the second baseman. Hit right to the second baseman. Throws over for out number 1. As Harrison has looked back to second before he can actually take off. Next up for Storm, our catcher, number 48, Orlando Del Moro. Del Moro 0 for 2 on the afternoon, but batting now with a base runner at second. First pitch he sees low and outside in the dirt for ball 1. Oh, 1 swung and missed, strike 1. Ball came in on Del Moro. Broke in more on the inside than he thought it was going to be when he decided to swing. Harrison still dancing at second. Next pitch swung on. Fouled out of play. I do see kids running after this one. 1-2 on our catcher. On deck is Douglas Yoakum. Pitch hit directly back to the pitcher. Oh, I don't agree with that, and neither do a lot of the people here in attendance. It looked like It really did look like Josh Harrison was able to slide in under the tag. It wasn't a force play. Regardless, you can't replay. So on the dealer's choice, it is out number 2 recorded as Harrison is erased. Douglas Yoakum comes at the bat now with 2 outs and a runner at first. First pitch outside, ball 1. One 0 outside, ball 2. Catcher made a motion that he was going to throw down, try to pick Del Moro off of first, but Del Moro wasn't that far off of first on that ball 2. Next pitch fouled to the screen for strike 1. Yoakum's able to get on base. It will be Rogelio Maldonado up to bat as he is on deck. Oh, all right. Next pitch is a called strike, 2-2 count. Now the 2-2 pitch. Orlando is running. No throw. It is a stolen base for Del Moro. Ball 3. Yoakum with a full count. Now runner at second. Swung on, chopped foul down third base line. Stays alive in the at bat. New ball is required, or requested rather. Now Yoakum's back in the box with a full count. 2 outs and a runner at second. And the pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 ends the inning. So Storm's able to get runners on base, but doesn't go their way. Going into the top of the 8th, Storm down by 6. As we're going into the top of the 8th, as I said during the bottom of the 7th, there will be some changes for Storm going into the top of the 8th. Phil Myers' day on the mound is done. He's actually replacing Oliver Yoakum in right field. Brings in Sebastian Morales to pitch in relief. He's going to get his warm-up tosses as he is coming in as a relief pitcher. Orlando Del Moro was on base as the inning ended, so he'll be given some time to get his gear on before he gets back behind home plate. I do see action in the Steeler bullpen. For the Steelers, it will be Richards, Ashby, and Imka. Actually, looks like we will be having a pinch hitter, as I do see number 29, Tony Rodriguez, as one of the 3 Steeler batters standing now outside their dugout. Once we get that pinch hitter identified, we will be giving that to you. As we are waiting for the warm-up tosses to be finished, I want to say thank you for joining all of you who are here watching us. Our next game here will be on Thursday, 12 o'clock start for a doubleheader. So Sebastian Morales is ready to go. He will be facing, at the very least, Darian Richards and Kyle Ashby. We'll see if there is a pinch hitter for Imka or not. I can't tell right off. We'll see who comes up as the third batter of the inning. Home plate umpire saying, let's play. And the first pitch from Morales. High, ball one. Morales' next pitch, out of the zone, ball two. The 2-2 pitch does catch zone for strike one, so it's 2 balls, 1 strike on Darian Richards. Next pitch swung on and hit, caught on the fly by Sammy Guilherme for out number 1. That brings up left fielder Cal Ashby. On deck is Mike Emka. First pitch to Ashby. In there, strike one. Del Moro set up on the outside. Now set up on the inside. But pitch goes out. Ball one. The 1-1 pitch. High, ball two. Morales' 2-1 pitch. High and inside, ball three. Appears to be Quentin Mullen warming up in the bullpen for the Steelers. The 3-1 pitch catches zone for a called strike. It is now a full count on Kyle Ashby. Next pitch swung on and hit. Single into left field. The 1-out single brings up Mike Emka. Lefty Mike Emka is in the box. Pitch from Morales. Ooh, does not catch the zone. Ball one. Morales throws over, but the runner is not going. The 1-0 to Emka. Inside and low, ball two. As Morales has stepped off the rubber to readjust his glove, he has a sign. Quick glance over his shoulder. And the 2-0 pitch outside gets away from the catcher. Wild pitch sends the runner over to second. Morales has the ball. That wild pitch does send the runner over to second. Makes the possibility of a double play a wee bit harder. But it's 3 balls, no strikes on Imka. Outside ball 4. Looks like, not sure. It appears that Morales fell when he planted on that pitch. Not sure what was happening there. But on that 4-pitch walk brings up the catcher Lucina with 1 out and 2 on. Morales with long look in has a sign that he wants. And a pitch outside top zone, called strike 1. Another long look in, a glance back at the runner at second. Beautiful pitch. Strike 2. And the 0-2 pitch doesn't get that far away from Del Moro. Runners cannot advance. Not sure if the pitcher and catcher got tied up or if that was intentionally supposed to be a ball a little bit low in the zone to induce a ground ball or a strikeout. Regardless, it is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch swung on, fouled directly to the backstop. Stays alive in the at bat. Murphy is on deck if by chance Lucina is able to get on base. One two by Morales. Grounded up the middle. Past a diving Petey Kiefer. Runner from second coming around and is able to score on the RBI single. It's now 8-1 Steelers. On the RBI single, comes up to bat now, number 14, the third baseman, Brendan Murphy. Murphy will bat with 1 out and 2 on. Morales' pitch in there, called strike 1. Fortunately, the next pitch does not catch zone. It is a ball. 1-1 count on Murphy. And that 1-1 pitch does not catch the top outside zone. Ball 2. Glance back at Imka at second. Next pitch swung on, foul down third base line. 2-2 count. Foul ball's been retrieved. Now, the 2-2 pitch from Morales. Swung on and fouled down third base line once again. The bat stays alive. Here's Patrick Mitchell, the newest member of the Storm, who started yesterday's game, is the one designated to go collect the balls. Again, the 2-2 pitch inside does not catch the jersey, so it is now a full count on Murphy. There is a base open. I'd rather get the out. But there is a base open. Full count now on the third baseman from the Steelers. Pitch swung on, fouled down third base line, and out of play. No, Morales has a fresh ball from the umpire. Looked in. Wants to go over the signs again with Del Moro. Now has what he wants to throw. And the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled down third base line. This time stays in front of the Storm dugout. Steelers skipper has to run over from third, collect it himself, as it was closer to him. Still 3-2 with one out, 2 on. Move does not catch the inside zone, so it is a walk. Brings up the bat number 96, Flaherty. Flaherty batting with bases loaded and 1 out. But since it is bases loaded, that means there is a force at every base. Wind just picked up. Can't tell if it's starting to rain or not. First pitch is a called strike. The 0-1 in the dirt. Does not get away from the catcher too far. 1-1 count. Morales is 1-1 inside and low. Ball 2. Two-one pitch. Skied high. Foul territory. Oh, and Del Moro just misses the catch. Del Moro was able to track the ball and got leather on it, but as I said, the wind looked like it had picked up a little bit. Maybe it caused the ball to move more than what he expected. Regardless, it is 2-2 count on Flaherty. Two-two pitch swung on and out past the stretch glove of Harrison at third. RBI single extends the lead to 8-1. Brings up the bat now. Pinch hitter Tony Rodriguez, number 29, comes into the game, replacing Feketa. Feketa's day as DH is done. He was 0 for 2 with a run and 2 walks. Lionel already calling for the new pitcher. So it looks like Sebastian Morales Looks like Morales will be replaced by Josh Harrison. Harrison was at third base. Looks like Sebastian Morales will go to third base on the pitching change, position change. So now Harrison will have his warm-up tosses. First batter for the Steelers he'll face is Tony Rodriguez. Number 29 comes in as a pinch hitter for Sean Thomas Feketa. As we have a little bit of a break in the action here, I want to remind you that next action here at Dickman Field will be this Thursday, the 29th of May, as we have Christy Himmelfahrt. It's also Father's Day here in Germany. We have a Father's Day doubleheader. Game 1 starts at 12 o'clock again as we host the Bonn Capitals, making the trip down the A3. It looks like the warm-up tosses are done. Tony Rodriguez coming in to pinch hit at DH with Steelers leading 9-1. Bases are still loaded. First pitch swinging. It is a 2-run RBI single for the pinch hitter. On that RBI, 2 RBI single, brings up number 16, Marvin Kielich. Kielich now at bat, 1 out, and runners at first and second. First pitch outside, ball 1. A quick look back at the runner at second. The 1-0 swung on and foul down third base. Out of play. It is a 1-ball, 1-strike count as the next pitch went high and inside, but Kielich is able to get out of the way of the pitch as it came close to taking his helmet off. It is a 2-1 count now on the first baseman. Next pitch swung on, fouled at the feet of the catcher. Strike 2. And the next pitch just out of zone. It is a 3-balls, 2-strike full count now. And next pitch out of zone. Walks the bases loaded once again. Brings up the bat. Bundy. Bundy now steps into the right-handed batter's box to face Harrison. First pitch he sees swinging and out of play as the ball is hit behind home plate and just almost here into the press box. Next pitch from Harrison swung on and vacuumed up by shortstop. Goes to second himself for out number 2. Throws over for a double play. Ends the inning. But damage is done. The crooked number comes across as 4 runners have come across during the top of the 8th. Steelers up 11-1 as we go into the bottom of the 8th inning. That was a long inning. But as we go into the bottom of the 8th, it ain't over till it's over, and I do see blue skies. So maybe that's a good sign for us. Going into the bottom of the 8th, Storm down by 10. Going into the bottom of the 8th inning, Storm down 11-1. Steelers sending in a new pitcher. It'll be number 10, Quentin Mullen. Mullen will face Rogelio Maldonado, Sammy Guillerme, and Petey Kiefer. Coming up to bat, here in the home half of the 8th inning, Rogelio Maldonado. First pitch, Maldonado in there for called strike. It'll be Maldonado, Guillerme, and Sebastian Morales. Maldonado fouls that ball off. It is quickly 0-2. Pitch, Maldonado up and out, or I'm sorry, just up outside of the zone. Ball 1. As blue skies. Oh, that ball is called a strike. Ends the at bat for Maldonado. It is a called strike 3 as home plate umpire is walking towards Storm mound or Storm dugout as the several Storm players are not happy with the strike zone, as that did not look like a strike, but regardless, that's what the home plate umpire said. It doesn't matter. First pitch, Sammy Guillerme, unsurprisingly, is called a strike. Next pitch doesn't catch zone, surprisingly. It is a ball. One outside, ball 2. Storm need to score a run here to keep the game going. Two-one pitch, catches zone, 2-2. On deck is Sebastian Morales. 2-2 pitch, swung on and fouled, high and out of play into the wheat field. Keeps the at-bat alive. Catcher sets up on the outside. The 2-2 pitch swung on, hit back to the screen. Once again, keeps the at-bat alive on that foul ball. 2-2 pitch. Not swung on. Not a strike either. Looks like some of the Steelers are not happy with that call. 3-2 pitch on its way. Low. Ball 4. Guillerme's on for Sebastian Morales. As Sebastian Morales steps into the right-handed batter's box for the first time this afternoon. Guillerme is there at first. On deck is Petey Kiefer. First pitch swinging. Slow roller to... Oh, maybe the blue skies are helping. Weak infield single sends Guillerme from first to third on a throw by the first baseman that was off target. Up now with runners at the corners and one out is Petey Kiefer. Morales' ball was hit to the right-hand side of the shortstop, who had to make a long run over to get the ball. Fielded and made the idea to throw the ball. Pitch to Kiefer outside, ball 1. So just to bring you up to speed, Morales' hit was to the right-hand side of the shortstop, who had to go over, and instead of eating the ball, threw over to first. But Morales was already safe. But on the throw, Sandy Guillerme took third. Now with a 2-0 count is Petey Kiefer. On deck is Phil Meyer. Kiefer sends the ball deep, but playable. Runners, well, it is a sac fly as Sammy Guillerme comes in from third. Petey Kiefer with a sac fly makes it 11-2. 11-2 now, which brings up Phil Meyer. Phil Meyer batting 2 outs, runner at first. On deck is Josh Harrison. First pitch to Phil Meyer is in there for a called strike. Next pitch curves in there, catches zone, strike 2. Oh, 2 catches zone for called strike 3. Phil Meyer doesn't believe it. I don't believe it either. It's now the second time Phil Meyer has not liked the strike zone on that strike, but none of the Storm really have enjoyed that strike zone today. Regardless, that is the end of the 8th inning. Going into the top of the 9th, Steelers up 11-2. It's not over till it's over. As we go into the top of the 9th, Storm down 11-2. Morales still on the bump. He'll face Richards, Aspie, and Emka unless there's a pinch hitter situation. As I said, blue skies are making an appearance. Forecast said it was going to be rain around this time, but instead of rain, we have blue skies. So sun's coming out. Great baseball weather. Unfortunately, we had an early start instead of the typical start. We would be starting around this time, or having played a couple innings at the very least. Warm-up tosses have been made. Coming up to bat now is the shortstop, Darren Richards. Oh, my apologies. It is not Morales. It is Josh Harrison back on the mound. Pitching change. My apologies. Morales and Harrison have the same physique and same throwing motion, so I was confused. Harrison still on the mound. Morales still at third. It is a 2-ball, no strike count now to Richards. 3 balls, no strike. Three-0 pitch taken looking as Richards didn't even come set. Now 3-1. Swings at the next one, chops it to third. Fielded by Petey Kiefer, who throws over but can't throw faster than the speedy Richards. It is a leadoff single for the Steelers. Brings up Kyle Ashby. First pitch swinging, skies it high, playable, and fly out number 1. That'll bring up Mike Emke. Emke, left-hander in the box now, batting with 1 out and a teammate at first. First pitch outside, ball 1. Next pitch swinging, skied high. And, oh! It is a single as Petey Kiefer lost it right as it was coming down. When used to playing with the clouds and sun comes out, doesn't help. Lost the ball in the ever whitening, brightening sky. Brings up number 11, Isaias Lucena. Lucena batting now with 1 out, 2 on. Ball curves in there for a called strike. As the sun comes out, it's actually starting to warm up a bit. Next pitch outside, ball 1. Next pitch swung and missed, strike 2. As wind is starting to pick up here at Dickman Field. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Playable. Out number 2 is recorded on a pop-up right behind third base. Sebastian Morales able to backpedal just a bit. Makes the catch just at the edge of the grass for out number 2. 2 out, 2 on brings up Brennan Murphy, the third baseman for the Steelers. As Harrison looking in for the sign. Has it. Quick look at the runner at second. His pitch doesn't catch zone. Ball 1. Next pitch high. Ball 2. Long look in. The 2-0 pitch is in there. Called strike. Catches top corner of the zone. Now we have a 2-2 count with 2 out, 2 on. Two pitch tapped foul at home plate. Stays alive in the at bat. Again, I want to thank all of you who are tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Still have a nice crowd for a early Sunday afternoon here at Dickman Field as the sun is out. 2-2 pitch is a strike 3 looking. So that ends the top of the 9th. Storm goes into the bottom of the 9th, needing to climb out of the hole, but it's still possible. Storm down 11-2. As we're going into the bottom of the 9th inning, Moolin's still on the mound for the Steelers. He'll be facing Josh Harrison, Ian Hardman, Orlando Del Moro. Storm need base runners. As the sun is out, tale of 2 halves of the day as we had cloudy, cool weather. Now the sun is out, blue skies, temperature starting to warm up a bit. First pitch outside, ball 1. We had a game time start temperature of 14 degrees. Now it's warmed up to 16. Ball catches zone, called strike 1. What felt like 13 degrees now is about 17. Crazy as the weather keeps changing. Next pitch, catches zone, called strike 2. Harrison down on the count. And that's called strike 3 looking. After the first ball, that was 3 straight strikes. Not how we wanted to start the bottom of the 9th. Regardless, brings up the bat Ian Hardman. Color me surprised that pitch wasn't called a strike. Must have been too low for even the umpire to rule that as a strike. Next pitch is a called strike. 1-1 count. Not a Greg Mack strike zone, so that's ball 2. Now the 2-1 Hardman. Must have been too low. Ball 3. Catcher sets up on the outside. Gets the call. Full count. Now the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and tapped. Foul at home plate. Hardman keeps the at-bat alive. As Del Moro collects the ball. Hardman gets on base. It will be Del Moro. Or regardless, Del Moro's up next. 3-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Now that does bring up Del Moro. Del Moro up to bat now. With Oliver Yoakum up. First pitch outside, ball 1. Next pitch, not in zone, ball 2. Now the 2-0 pitch, swung on, broken bat, and it drops fair. It is a 2-out single for Del Moro. Coming up to bat now is Douglas Yoakum. My apologies, I said it was Oliver Yoakum coming up. It is Douglas Yoakum. Batting now with 2 out and runner on. Virgilio Maldonado is on deck. First pitch catches zone, called strike 1. Skipped up in there, ball 1. Now the 1-1 pitch to Yoakum. Swung on, hit foul down the first base line. Out of play. So, long look in, has a sign. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that's the ball game. Does not go Storm's way this afternoon as Storm fall 11-2 to the Steelers from Hamburg. That's it from Dickman Field for this afternoon. Join us again on Thursday for a Father's Day doubleheader as we will be hosting the Bonn Capitals. Game 1 first pitch is at 12 noon. Now the sun is out. Time for everyone to go home. Once again, final from Dickman Field. Hamburg Steelers 11, Hünstetten Storm 2. I've been James Passo, your voice of the Storm for this afternoon. See you again on Thursday.